The top player in the state of West Virginia has decided to stay in his home state and play for the Mountaineers. We're talking about Zah Jackson. We're going to talk about Zah Jackson, his commitment to West Virginia. We're going to talk about his game, going to talk about his recruiting profile, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on West Virginia keeping this young man home. And we're going to do that right after this word from my sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is brought to you by Dutch Miller Automotive, where friends and family pricing means you get the best deal right up front on any new or pre-loved vehicle in stock every time. With brands like Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Kia, Hyundai, Ford, GMC, Buick, and Subaru, the Dutch Miller Automotive family is always growing and ready to put you in the car or truck you've been searching for. Check out our inventory across West Virginia at DutchMillerAuto.com or come in today to the home of friends and family pricing, only at a Dutch Miller Automotive store near you. What is up? Welcome in. Make yourself comfortable, belly yourself up to the bar, and let me pour you out this shot of top shelf college football content. On tap today at Couz's Corner, we're talking recruiting. We're talking West Virginia recruiting, and we're talking Zah Jackson. That's right, Zah Jackson, who, according to 24/7 Sports, is the number one ranked recruit in the entire state of West Virginia in the 2025 class. And last week, he committed to play for Neal Brown and the Mountaineer team. He's the second in-state recruit to commit to the Mountaineers in the 2025 class, behind Tyshawn Dews, who I'm hoping to do a video about in a few days. But to talk about Zah Jackson, he's from Huntington High School. When you look at his X account, which I'll share with you on the screen, he's from Huntington High School here in Huntington, West Virginia. So technically, that's actually the hometown of Marshall University, but he's going, or at least has committed so far, to play for West Virginia. Now, according to his profile, he's a 3-star recruit, which also lines up with 24/7. He has his height listed at 5'10", weight at 185. Obviously, class of 2025. He plays cornerback and running back there at Huntington, which is, by the way, a AAA school, which is the highest level of football right now in the state. Now, West Virginia is changing their classification. They're going to a 4A system. And I think I'll have to go back and double check, but I think Huntington will be moving up to the 4A level. But as of right now, he's a AAA. They're a AAA school, has a 3.8 GPA, so he's good in the classroom. First team All-State player 3 straight years, which means he made it as a freshman. Also runs a 4.5 40 according to his profile. Runs an 11.3 100-yard dash in track, or 100-meter dash, I should say. And then also has a 6'8" high jump. And again, the number one player in the state, according to 24/7 Sports. Now, West Virginia Sports Now did a really good write-up on Zah. I'm going to read that to you, and then I'm going to give you my breakdown of his film. Now, as you'll see, this is an ad-free version of a West Virginia Sports Now article. If you want to get ad-free versions, all you have to do is go to my description box. There'll be a link to the WV Sports Now page, or you can just go to wvsportsnow.com. Either way, sign up for the Holler, which is their behind-the-scenes content and their ad-free content. And if you use promo code Couz at checkout, that's COUZ at checkout, you'll get a 40% discount on your first year membership of the Holler. You get a $34.99 value for $20.99 for the first year. Only with promo code Couz is that available, so go check that out. But anyway, as we read through this here, at WV Sports Now, top-ranked recruit in West Virginia stays home, commits to WVU. Neal Brown has made it a priority to keep the top athletes in West Virginia home, and that's exactly what he's done with Zah Jackson. And I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I'm assuming it's Zah. Jackson, a 5'10", 180-pound 3-star cornerback from Huntington in Huntington, West Virginia, officially committed to West Virginia Thursday night, announcing his decision on Instagram with 304 committed. Jackson committed to WVU over a list of finalists that included, and this is a pretty impressive list here, Liberty, Mississippi State, and North Carolina State. So 2 Power 5 schools on that list. Also had offers from Akron, Appalachian State, Bowling Green, Eastern Kentucky, JMU, Kent State, Marshall, and Toledo. So not only 2 Power 5 schools, but some of the top G5 schools in the country have offered Zah Jackson. It goes on to say West Virginia has been on Jackson for just about 9 months now, with Brown, Matt Moore, Chad Scott, and former WVU assistant Dante Wright leading the charge. Jackson may not be a, quote, local kid, considering it's a 3-hour drive from Huntington to Morgantown, but he's very familiar with the program. He's been checking out WVU in person since before he was extended an offer and made his most recent trip out for Junior Day in January. It's no secret why the WVU coaching staff wanted to keep Jackson in the state either. His two-way dominance at Powerhouse Huntington. He racked up 840 yards and 12 touchdowns on 121 rushing attempts, which is good for 6.9 yards per attempt. Also had 264 yards on 18 receptions and 33 tackles and 6 pass breakups and a fumble recovery on the defensive end of the field. 24/7 Sports rates Jackson as a 68th ranked corner and the top ranked recruit from West Virginia, while Rivals hasn't rated him yet. But he does hold a 5.5 Rivals rating, and his evaluation should continue to improve throughout the summer. Jackson isn't just a big win in state, fending off an ACC and SEC school for the talented corner, but he's an excellent fit in the future of the defense, too. WVU currently holds 4 commitments in the class of 25, 3-star quarterback Scotty Fox, 3-star wide receiver Tyshawn Dews, and offensive lineman Thomas Barr. With the summer of official visits fast approaching, there should be quite a few more commitments in the coming weeks and months. Now, I did watch some highlights, some film on Zah Jackson. Here are my thoughts. First off, let's look at him on the offensive side. Now, like I said, 24/7 has him listed as a corner, or I should say like WV Sports Now said. They have him listed as a corner. Other outlets have him listed as an athlete, I think. And I think that's really the proper rating for this young man because I'm telling you, he's really, really good on the offensive end of the field, especially at running back. Kid has great vision. He sees a hole, he hits it. He goes downhill, and he goes downhill fast. He has very good straight line speed. Doesn't have a huge amount of wiggle to him, but he has enough. And he, like I said, he has good downhill speed, good downhill runner. He's kind of a straight up runner right now. You know, he probably needs to do a better job with his bend a little bit to get better leverage. But I do like his speed. I do like his ability to see a hole and hit it. And again, has good vision, has the ability to break tackles. He's also a pretty strong kid, so he should be able to handle the blocking at the running back spot, at least later on. Now, obviously, I don't expect him to come in as a true freshman and be a great blocker because that's just extremely rare. And I do think, regardless of what side of the ball he plays, he will need at least a year to develop. Probably won't come in and see the field right away. Now, on the defensive side, not as many highlights out there on him there. Looks like he does play a little bit of man coverage. I didn't see him playing any press man coverage at all. But what I liked about his game defensively is when he does get beat occasionally, he does have the athleticism and the speed to make up for it. And even though he's only 5'10", that could be a downfall for him playing the corner spot. He is pretty long for his size. His length, I think, is a little more than the 5'10" guy. He's got pretty long arms and knows how to use them. He's good at tracking down the football. He seems to have good instincts, and he has good hands from his experience playing a little bit at the wide receiver position and also catching passes out of the backfield. So I do think this is a good pickup for West Virginia. You need to keep these top players in the state of West Virginia home. Neal Brown so far has done a great job of that, and looks like he's going to do that again with Zah Jackson. Now, we all know this is just a verbal commitment. He hasn't signed his national letter of intent yet, but assuming West Virginia is able to keep this young man on board, I think it's a great pickup. I'll be anxious to see his senior film. Maybe I'll even get a chance to see him play later this year. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if he's on Princeton's schedule here, which is my hometown team here in the southern part of the state. Hopefully they will be, and I'll get a chance to watch him. But if not, I look forward to watching some of his highlights and watching some of his game tape to see how he develops even more throughout his senior year. And hopefully he'll spend more time, or there'll be more tape on him out there at the cornerback position, because I'd love to see more of that, of him playing on the defensive side. Oh, one more thing too, by the way. He is really good at coming up and making a tackle and stopping the run. I did see a lot of that on his tape. So he's really good at pinpointing, run versus pass, and then coming up and making a stop. He's not afraid to put his head down, make a tackle, make a hit. He's a very physical player. So I like that about his game. But the main thing here, West Virginia is keeping the top in-state talent home, keeping them away from the guys in green, and keeping them from going to other Power 5 schools in surrounding states. I think that is of key importance, and Neal Brown continues to do a very good job in that arena. Let me know your thoughts. If you get a chance to go look at Zah Jackson's tape, go look at it. Go watch his highlights on Huddle. There might be some highlights there on his X account. Go check it out. I want to hear your thoughts on the recruitment of this young man and the importance of keeping him home. Do you think Zah Jackson is a good pickup for the Mountaineers? Put yes or no in the comment section. Also, want to give a shout out to my VIP members of this episode. A new VIP channel member here, Mr. Timothy Green. Timothy, you've been a loyal supporter of the show. Thank you for finally becoming a paid member. Also want to give a shout out to Chris D., Timothy Hetrick, and Liam Codron. I thank you all for your support. Thank you for being paid VIP members here at Couz's Corner. If you want to become a paid VIP member, it's very simple. If you see a join button below, if you're watching this on a computer, you should see a join button. Hit that join button. It'll take you right into the channel membership page where you can check out the two different levels, the club level and the pub level. Decide which one you want to join. Hit join again. Also, if you don't see the join button, you can go into my channel page. Go into YouTube, go to my Couz's Corner channel main homepage. You'll see a join button right there next to my profile photo. Click it. It'll take you into the join section. You can join right there. Very easy. I am going to be putting up a lot more members-only content in the future. With that being said, I thank you for checking out this video. You can check out another one and see what Neal Brown's secret recipe has been in his recruiting. If you want to find that out. With that being said, I appreciate you tuning into this episode. Have a top shelf day, and cue Country Roads.